Welcome to Tamer Bowling Video Ball Reviews. Hey Tamer Bowling fans, we are now on Patreon. For exclusive content, please join us at patreon.com/tamerbowling. Today we are testing the new Storm HyRoad X. We're testing on a 40-foot medium house shot and 39-foot Don Carter PBA pattern. First impressions, I'll talk for 5 minutes, but the end result is short and sweet. The HyRoad X has me thinking great benchmark ball. For value, I give the Storm HyRoad X an A+. It's maybe the only ball I've ever given this rating to other than its sibling, the original HyRoad. It's a moderate priced, excellent bang for the buck. Overall, we gave the HyRoad X an A on a house shot and B+ on sport. You have to guess anything with the HyRoad moniker should be good. Straight away, the HyRoad X doesn't disappoint. If I get straight into it, I was going to say the Hustle Inc. HyRoad X is very predictable. It's torquier than the Ink for sure. It's benchmarked like the IQ Tour, but less likely to leave flat corners. The inverted FE2 core feels like it revs up harder than those two balls. The HyRoad itself has been probably the most versatile ball ever produced. The X adds a stronger, solid cover on it, but with polish. I've never been a huge fan of the polish, nevertheless, the ball has the typical inverted FE2 core roll. It gets down lane with a higher RG, but has that quintessential boomy move that's been defined by the HyRoad itself. With the polish on the stronger solid, it's actually smoother off the friction than the HyRoad. It kind of looks like maybe it won't do the business, but it always seemed to. I mentioned the Hustle Ink, but to be fair, this is definitely stronger and more predictable even with polish. It doesn't feel over-under an out-of-box surface. This somewhat reminds me of the Eternal Cell, for those who might remember that. The polish just seems to work well with this solid. It's very easy and almost a dream to throw on a house shot, and the HyRoads always hit well. They just go through the pins very nicely. No fighting this ball at all. Just get the bounce off the outside friction just right. You may hold enough from in on reasonable misses. It's kind of like the benchmark the IQ Tour is, but again, goes through the pins better. The HyRoad was actually a touch stronger for me, with a bit more reaction off the dry and more angle generation. For Shaun, the HyRoad X is even more snappy down lane, but still a touch smoother than the original HyRoad. The HyRoad is still a staple for Shaun, and this ball was super easy for Shaun to toss on the house shot. It's a good matchup, and the truth is this core motion matches so many styles, but I really like the choice of R2X more so than the Nano, although that seems to have been extremely successful. You really could have an arsenal of all inverted FE2 balls going from Nano to R2X to OG to Pearl. Bryan's up next, and guess what? The HyRoad X rolls great for him as well. His first thought was it kind of reminded him of his middle of the road benchmark, the Rocket Ship, which he has polish on. It's not super strong, but not weak. It's got just the right balance of reaction off the outside dry boards while having just enough hold to yield good forgiveness. Sounds like what I said for my reaction. Again, Bryan saw the X go through the pins very well for him. It just set so nicely through the pins. And even for Bryan, you can see a strong move off the dry boards. He was able to continue to chase in, and even 5 boards deeper with his feet, he still maintains strong motion. For the sport shot, we tested on the 39-foot PBA Don Carter pattern. You would think the shine on the X is not conducive for sport shots, and honestly, it really wasn't bad. In fact, it was quite good. I would prefer to trade the polish for maybe 3,000 or 4,000 Avalon, but the ball was quite easy to toss. It was definitely clean, but still moved quite easily on this pattern. It never felt like it wasn't going to make the move, but still had a predictably smooth, hard arc. For Shaun, it was a little harder off the spot, which probably means it's even more obvious. Taking the polish off will be a touch easier to use on this sport pattern. He can blow through the break point, trying to avoid the snap from nosing up. For Bryan, it looked quite good. Just like with me, it was easy and predictable to get it to the pocket. touch surface would take the what I would call edge off a bit, but it's clear this one can easily be successful on tough medium patterns. So final thoughts, the 10th anniversary of the HyRoad brought us a new ball worthy to have the X designation. Storm did not veer far from the winning formula of the original. They put on a cover with a little more bite, but put polish, which kind of makes it a nice Goldilocks ball. We will eventually experiment with surface, as I fully expect the R2X will be more clearly stronger than the original HyRoad, rather than be almost right on top of it on the house shot. You really can't go wrong with the HyRoad X.
I need to tell you the one Tamer Bowling Ball reviews.